Welcome, those that are tuning in. So let's go break down the trades that we took today, and let's go kind of cover the basics of why we entered these trades and what was the reasoning behind it. Okay, so let's replay the charts here, and then let's break down it. So okay, we have this was the high from yesterday, correct? So this was basically the high from yesterday's trading session at the 489, I meant 98.53 was the high, correct? And then the low of the day that we saw on SPY from yesterday's push higher was at 493.50. Okay, so what we saw here was a good area of support in yesterday's trading range, and we held it above it today. So with that being said, let's move towards. Let's just start moving to the chart here, and let's play. So, all right. So what we saw here was now. Let's get zoom in a little bit better in the charts here. Okay, so if this is the high, what is this gonna act as? Right, this is gonna act as the area of resistance from the buyers. So you saw here that this area alone was an area of resistance, correct? So if we draw this area here and drag it across with the supply zone, we saw that this area was with area of resistance, right? However, we did not enter into any trades at this area just yet. So we waited, we kept waiting, right? And that was a nice move if you did take that, that was beautiful. But we added into the short position around, I'm not too sure. Let me go back to check, double check the time frame here. So we enter short around roughly what time was that actually? 9, basically 8:58. So around 8:58 we enter short. So let's keep fast forwarding that. Okay. 8:57. All right, so reason why I took this short, right? You saw a strong move lower from the sellers, right? Strong move lower. If you can see that, give me a second. That's not a beautiful looking. So you had a strong move lower, right? And then you have your impulse leg. So now you want to see basically buyer step in here, right? So now what I saw was okay, we were pushing. So when I draw the fib from basically today's high, right, to this low, we're getting a discounted price on the calls, right? I'm at the shorts because after the strong move down, right? This, let's say you were to enter short here. Do you think you have the best premiums like available to you? No, right? So this is why we enter short when it pulls back, right? So we enter short around it was like 8:58. So 8:58 somewhere. Let's go back to the exact time frame here. So you guys can see the heck was that. Oops, I think it was this one. Nope, it's this one. What the heck went wrong? So let's go back here at 8:58. So let's go back to the 2-minute time frame here. Right. So 8:58 we enter short. So let's look back here. Right. We took a starter position. Or we took a good chunk here around 8:58, right? Or 8:59. I think it's around 8:59 to be exact. Okay, so 8:59, let's say we enter on this high here, right? Our stops are high of day, right? And if you guys held, you guys did buy them higher, that would have been great, But we had our defined risk and we wanted to break the swing low here somewhere. And that was a beautiful trade. So let's continue fast forwarding that trade. Beautiful rejection here, right? So let's say you know where the high is, you move that stop up here. So if the candle breaks and closes on a 3-minute above the stop loss at the your 489 498.16, then you close the position short, right? And we got a continuation lower, and immediately we trim some here at this candle here, right? These puts alone, you know, from this continuation down, that was a nice 30%. And we did trim some more once we continue lower, and they did try to fake people out here, right? So continue fast forwarding, bang, that was a beautiful trade. So we did scale a chunk off here on this low, and we were remaining like basically almost all out at that candle because we broke the low. And let's continue fast forwarding, bang, and this is when we got out all of it, right? So we got out here, right? And then we waited towards, I think, that was a beautiful trade. So let's say you would have got that entire move. That's a 4.25 risk to reward, which is amazing. That was a beautiful trade. And if we fast forward here, right, we took some calls. I think it was around what time here? Let me check to be exact here. We got calls around 9:59. So around here, let me see, 9:59, 9:59, 9:59, somewhere around here. Let me see what's. Yeah, these puts paid. So if you guys took them, they paid for sure, like no doubt. So around 9:59, we enter to calls. 9:59. Here somewhere. Wait, there. We enter calls around this candle somewhere. Around here. Why did I enter calls here? It was around 9:59, right? I saw a potential breakout on this candle. Let's go down to the 2-minute here, or the 1-minute. Somewhere here, right? Let's go to the 1-minute actually. So we entered calls around 9:59 around here, right? And my reasoning behind this trade was I wanted to see a bounce. So we broke above, right? And then we retested this zone, right? And we did see a bounce, not bounce higher. But, some of you guys got basically where we scalped these here. And what I saw here was, okay, we had an area of strong resistance here, right? And we did try multiple times here, and we did fail. So when we press above these areas of supply, just keep in mind that there's going to be a ton of sellers here in this range, so you have to take profits very swiftly. You can't hold these, can't expect these to move like fast, just can't bag onto these. And today was an inside trading day, so you could not have hold these throughout the day. And well, I was watching the chart throughout the day, and I saw that, okay, if you watch here, right, we had a continuation lower. So now when we see this area here, we watch, right? So now we watch, this is the current low of day, right? And then look, you see this area, we had a staircase lower, right? We had a continuation lower here. So continuation lower, right? And we were waiting for a move lower now, right? We moved lower here. And if you guys took those calls here and you got, you didn't hold them all the way through, you didn't held them all the way through and didn't sold, according to plan, you got to follow your risk, tolerance. You can't hold everything throughout the end of the day. But if you see here on let's go to the 3-minute. So you have now we waited. So I saw the setup today, but I didn't alert him. And reason being is, okay, we have this potential trap here. So we're going to be sitting and watching this, from now on, we're going to be basically patiently waiting on these trap setups. So you have, just be patient here. So you have a 2-try failure from the seller. So, you have your sellers trying, once here, So you have your strong move up here, right? And then you see sellers here. So they push down, they push lower, right? And now, so would you want to be a seller at this area? No, right? Because you have, strong momentum up, right? This is strong momentum up. And then your sellers, they trying to push the price down here. So let's say you take calls here, right? Calls here, stop here, right? And then your target alone right here is already beautiful, right? So let's continue playing this, trade. Bang, 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 right? That is a beautiful trade. Now, with that being said, will this always work? No, but we have to be patient on this setup, right? So you have a higher high in price, right? We have a higher high in price, right? So this made a high. This price is the high. Now this is higher than this high, correct? So now what we watch for is will will this will this break lower? Will this come lower than here, right? Let's continue watching. Bing, 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 bing. Nope, it didn't break lower. Now you have a higher price again, correct? So this is no longer a trap setup, right? Now we watch this zone. So this is what we're watching. We watch if this candle now breaks below this, right? So let's continue watching here, right? Let's watch. Bing, bing, bing. Oh, no, it didn't break lower. So you see buyers were present throughout the day. This failed, right? And you have a higher in price. And if you took that trade alone, where we mentioned just taking small portion calls here with a stop at this low, and just riding up here, let's say we target this candle on this high because this is the rejection zone. Look at that risk. This is beautiful, right? Now, bang, right? Now we look here. So now we take this, get out this zone, right? We see what is this? A higher high in price, right? This candle is higher than this, and you see this, right? Low might be taken out by the short side, right? You're wondering if you can enter calls here, but me patiently, I will be watching below this zone, right? So I'll put this as green as an area of support, and if price breaks below it, I enter a call. So now we're watching for call side, right? We have a higher in price, and price broke below here, and we saw strong buyers here, right? So let's say we enter calls here, right? Let's say we enter calls at this candle close, just stop at the low, right? And let's play this out. And target is, let's say here, right? Bing, 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 boom, short squeeze up. So why do I say this is a trap setup? Look at this trade, right? I mean, this is not, we just got to watch for candle confirmation. So you see here a higher in price, a breakdown, and you saw that there was area of buyer side in this zone, right? If we drag this across, we can see that there's several buyers in this area, right? Once, right? You can see it once, twice, three times, and then this is the fourth one, the fourth bounce, right? And this alone was a beautiful trade, right? You can see that that's a beautiful trade. And let's say you got greedy or whatever the case may be, right? Just bing, 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 bing. All right, that's the new high. Scale some out. Bing, 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 bing. And whatever the case, I know some people were expecting a new high day or whatever the case may be. Today was a scalping day. Why do I say it's a scalping day? It's because price is not, if you look on the daily chart, right? Did, let's say, towards the 4 hour, we were inside of the previous range, the previous day's candle throughout the whole day. So this is the high, right? And we didn't break above it towards like literally 2 p.m. So basically option premiums are decaying inside the zone. And if you don't get a big move, within the basically the towards the whole day, price is going to chop all day, and you don't want your premiums to decay, right? So that's my basically my what I'm looking for um, basically for tomorrow. I meant today, and the reasoning behind it. And we're gonna be watching basically whether price is able to hold above this 497 area tomorrow. We do see that there's strong buyers in this zone here, and my channel, my basically what I'm looking for now is if buyers, if let's say we do right, if buyers fail here, right, we have a push higher, fail here in this area, we come back to this zone, like we go back, so we have a push here, right? Now let's see, put strong push higher. If I can like push higher here, right, pull back, and you push here, right, and they fail in this zone, right, and then they tag this low, right, this is going to be where I'm watching if price can hold above this zone, right, and if we do hold that zone, I'll be watching for a buy side trap. So we're going to be watching for this here, right, either that or we're going to watch for a break of low. So you see a higher high in price, and this tags the low, breaks below this low, and then I'll be looking for a call here. I'll enter calls here, and we'll play it towards the upside. So that's my thesis for tomorrow, and we are pushing high. So and market's not looking like it wants to pull back just yet, but we do see on the hourly here, we have a on the 4 hour even. Let's say the 4 hour, right? We have a higher low in momentum and a higher high in price. So just keep that in mind. Momentum is slowly shifting downwards. So that tells us that potentially we may see some downside soon, in my opinion. But with that being said, if you guys have any questions, feel free to message me at SweetCoon Trades. I really appreciate each of all of you guys for tuning in, and have a great Thursday. And most likely, we may chop around. So after a big move like this, we tend to chop in a range, right? Market can't always run high every single day, and you have to watch whether your price, if price is able to get hold within this zone. So tomorrow, let's see if 497 holds, and let's watch whether 498 breaks to the upside. So but if you guys have any questions, feel free to message me, and I will be gladly able to respond and give you guys a clear understanding of what is a potential trade you guys can get a better understanding of. So glad you guys all attended today, and hope you guys found some sentimental value watching this stream. And see you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.